could do.
Just see the game, I'm not sure it was just a sort of picked up, would you pick it goes up just other
Sometimes I did that on purpose because sometimes you'll do a session and you just have mannequins in the middle. And I worked with a guy when I've had some really good teachers. Mike, I don't know where Mike is, but Mike Bill's one of them. But I also worked with a guy called Bob Osborne at Chelsea, and he used to just say to me sometimes, just leave it. And for the players, visually, it's something else. It's another obstacle they've got to overcome. So if you've just nicked it past somebody, and then you've got to nick it past the cone, for me it represents something like when I used to play football outside my house or on the street. You know, you would have to dodge curbs, and it just gives you probably a natural sense as a dribbler. So by all means you could use flats, but I just used the Superdomes today.
And see, do you use like the same principles? It's like John Henderson out the Bristol City, sorry, the Rollers. Like he does a lot of kiosk stuff, like the things. Is that kind of something you incorporate yours kind of stuff, because he does like playground stuff.
Right.
It's all kind of like 16 players, they're all kind of all.
Yeah, I think. Do you know what? I think I've been coaching for a fair while. In 2016, I've been coaching a fair while. I started really young. I started at 15. I think the best coaches that I've watched, and I'm not putting myself in this bracket, the best coaches that I've watched that have got the ability to put different hats on. They've got the ability to walk in a changing room full of 6-year-olds and get them going. But then again, they've got the ability to go, right, I've got a group of scholars or 21s and I need to change it. I need to change up. I need to be a little bit more stern. I need to be a little bit more real. It's unbelievable. Chris said at the beginning about personality. Could not agree more. And I thought you were great, by the way, Chris. I thought you spoke really well. But I would say, yes, today I was showcasing what I've done for probably the first 5 years of my coaching career, working with the little ones. Now I work with the 12s at Millwall, and I work with a group of 18 scholars at APD, and I do some day release stuff with Millwall as well. So to answer your question, I'd say horses for courses, if I may. Yeah? Brilliant. Any others? Nope. Yeah.
In what age you can have an opportunity to develop both the feet?
What age do I want to develop both feet?
Yeah. What extent you can develop? What age? Is there any age you say at 20 you can't develop his left foot anymore?
Good question, Marmy. I think it depends. I think the best player in the world at the moment is left foot dominant. And he's got an unbelievable left foot, he's outstanding. His right foot is okay, it's better than mine, don't get me wrong, but his right foot is okay. But he is outstanding with his left foot. I'm a little bit mixed up with that one, because I do think at the young ages, you've got to improve their technical ability and get them well balanced on both sides. But I do think there comes a time where we've got to look at a player individually and go, right, he's not going to be an all-rounder, but he's going to be outstanding at that one key attribute or those two key attributes. Like you might have a wide player who's just an unbelievable crosser of the ball. David Beckham couldn't beat anybody 1v1, but could deliver a ball. If you put a pound coin 35 yards away from him, he'd hit it 9 times out of 10. And I think that we look at that later on down the line and we say, right, he's probably going to be very, very good at this. So let's help him with his weaknesses, but let's make him top draw with his strengths. All right.
Harry, why did you use different targets for the players to scoring?
Mainly because I think sometimes what you can get lost in is you get a lot of boys that grow at different rates. So your athletes, they might be very, very, very good at attacking one type of goal. I think if you looked out there was a little boy, I don't know if you see George Belsham, a little lad, unbelievable football player. He plays for me at Millwall, he's an under 12. We have to protect him a little bit, but with drills like that, it complements him, because it's not just a case of right, run past an end zone as fast as you can. For him, it's right, you've got 2 goals, so now you've got the opportunity to be an artist and go one way and then go the other and show us what you can do. And I think that gives him a platform. If you layer your session and you build them up confidence-wise from there, you get to the game like we did at the end, and he went to me at the end, he went, I just really wanted to do a rainbow flick. Brilliant, son, that's good. And I think when you're building them up like that, that's probably the reason why, Jay, I went with the multi-goal system, if you like.
Why are 1v1 so important in today's game?
Okay, good question. Blimey. I think, right, if we break down the 11-a-side game, and this is just the way I look at it, some people look at it as units, I look at it as duels, individual duels. So, for example, if you've got a fullback, you're having a constant duel with a wide player. Nowadays, you might be having a duel with maybe a 10 or a 10.5. Some wide players like to play inside that little half space. Centre half's got to be good 1v1. A lot of centre halves in modern day football don't have to be good 1v1 because a lot of teams play 4-3-3 with two sort of widies, if you like, and they've only got to look after one centre forward. So the value in developing these boys so that they can do this bit but then also do this bit, I think is key, because when it comes to that end product, if you like, that end line, are they physically robust enough to play at the top level? Are they capable of dominating those 1v1 scenarios, whether it be short and sharp, whether it be long distance? Are they mentally capable of doing it as well? And that's another thing, it's a mental side, looking at someone and going, can I beat you 1v1? Now can I beat you 1v1 playing in front of 100 people? Now can I do it playing at Old Trafford? So it's a cycle that you've got to build and build and build. So for me, the little ones, 1v1 domination is a real key element of their development. All done?
Anyone else got any more questions, Barry?
That's right, I was going to see the 1v1 kind of thing that's building in Scotland and maybe in England too, but after like we do like 1v1s on the younger kids and then 12 up to 14 starts with 2v1s and then it comes to phase of plays and we don't see a lot of, you see guys whoever kind of going into that kind of age of kind of, how do you kind of, is it how to get out poached 1v1s because you've seen even like the Michaelis and the Rashford, they took them on, he just didn't have a clue.
Yeah.
Because how do you kind of, is that something?
It boils down to styles, it boils down to ethos and philosophy. Sorry to keep bringing you up, Mick, but when I went up to Liverpool just to watch him, just to study, and met some brilliant people up there, and they're really big on it. Even at Mick's age group, 21s, they're really big on it. They're talking about the Zidans and people like this. They're really big on it because again, it goes back to those duels. And when you look at the big games in football, and we sit there and watch, and we're gonna sit down and watch Atletico Madrid versus Real Madrid, and we're going to probably be talking about one individual that changes that game. And in a 1v1 situation, you've got Simeone that set a team up there. I've never seen anything like it. I think he's a throwback and it's brilliant. Everyone runs through brick walls for him, but he still needs Griezmann to do it. He needs him to do it, or he needs Torres to pop up and do it, or he needs his centre half. His name escaped me. His centre half is unbelievable. He needs him to make that big tackle. Top player. So again, I would say it boils down to philosophy. Some clubs will say, right, you are now part of that back four, so just be mates with him, stay connected to him, drop off when he attacks it, attack it if he drops off, and that's it. But horses for courses again. Sorry to sit on the fence. Lim?
Yeah, were your progressions today as real as they would be any normal time? So
Yeah.
You've only got your hour slot today.
Yeah.
Did you work on it a little bit longer?
Yeah, definitely. What I wanted to do today is I wanted to try and show you, imagine if you press fast forward on the session and just got the kind of best bits. But yeah, I'm definitely working on it a little bit longer. I think the thing is, when I first started coaching, what I wanted to do for my people that was in charge of me, I wanted to show them how many sessions I could do and what I could come up with and how imaginative I was. But then I would think back to when I was playing, and it took me a little while to get used to each practice. And Chris touched on earlier, learning styles. There's so many different learning styles, there's so many different teaching styles. So for a player, he needs a little bit longer. And you say, right, you're changing the practice after 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Bloody hell, he's only just figured it out. And he didn't look great because he was trying to understand what you were thinking about, rather than, actually, do you know what? There's a goal at that end of the pitch, and there's a goal at that end of the pitch. Scoring that one, don't concede in that one. So I think I have been guilty over the years massively of overcomplicating my work. But today was, it was like a little best bit snippet of kind of what a session would look like, layered, build them up. But like you say, it would change. Sometimes you might just go whole part whole. You might start with a game and then move into a phase to get your topic out and then go back into a game again. and that's the kind of style I'll maybe go with my 12s. It's a tough age group 12s because you're teaching them to play 11-a-side football. First time they've ever played it. You're asking a lad to play it as part of a back four, and he goes, well, he's been telling me for 3 years to just get it and beat someone. So you would probably go with a different style there, whole part, whole, like I say. If we was working on pressing, I would go, right, there's a game. Team 1, go and win it as many times as you can in that third. Team 2, just play. 20 minutes. Brilliant, well done. You won it 8 times in their third. How many did you score? No. Okay, right. Let's have a go at my practice. Do my practice for maybe another 20 minutes. Now let's go back to the game. Let's compare the 2 games. How many times you win it now? We won it 12 and we scored twice. Brilliant. So your press is more effective. You're steering the opposition where you want it to go. And you're penetrating and you're scoring. So, in answer to your question, yes. Any others? Yeah.
When you do your kind of like APD on Monday,
Yeah.
two of my boys come down. I'm managing under 17 at the moment.
Yeah.
And as you say, you do like 8-minute rotation.
Yeah.
That's obviously very good. As you say, at the end of that, they're just getting it.
Yeah.
How long do you think you're strapped for time there? So how
Yeah.
long do you think it takes
So-
kids like under 6, under 7, under
Yeah.
8 to fully understand what it
That's
is?
a good question. With the APD session, we work on a rotation, like James said earlier, and I'll sit down with my tactics board and I'll design the sessions, and these boys will tell you, write them out, send them out to everybody, and we go. And what I try and make sure I do is make it simple, but make it so the player always has a choice. Because the age we're working with, they need to have a choice. So,
It's difficult work. Obviously, year 1, all out to
Yeah.
14, under 15.
Yeah. But then I'll put the onus on these guys to go, right, okay, like I said a minute ago, put a different hat on. He's 5. Teach him, allow him to play, just guide him so he discovers it a little bit. Right, he's 12, got an attitude problem, just got his first girlfriend, goes down the barbers, gets his own haircut, he's flash. Right, change the tune. That's what you've got to do. So I would say, with the APD sessions, we strip it back. It looks good on the eye still, but we strip it back, and it's more about we facilitate the game rather than deliver a drill. If that makes sense. Give you the ball, drive and score in there, show me a trick. Nice and simple, and lower it in. Thanks very much for your time, everyone.